Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at one of the most popular modifications for modern vehicles, which is the MMI module. We're going to show you what's inside the box, how it works and how to install one.
The MMI module seamlessly integrates with your car's original system. Utilizing the factory screen and controls, it enables full Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality. How it works. The MMI module connects directly to your car's infotainment system. It adds compatibility for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Enjoy a clean interface using your vehicle's existing controls. Simply install the MMI module without replacing any original parts. Enjoy all your favorite apps on the go. It's the perfect solution for older models. Experience smoother navigation and streaming. Stay connected with calls and messages. Voice control makes it safe and convenient. Plus, enjoy hands-free access and safety features. With MMI module, you'll experience enhanced connectivity. Seamless app integration for navigation and media, tailored for any vehicle, old or new. Retains original factory setup while adding new tech. Effortless installation with no major modifications. Convenience of smartphone use without distractions. Enjoy the latest features in a familiar format. Get updates for ongoing improvements. Stay connected safely on the road.
So first, let's take a look at what's inside the box. So this is our own unique packaging. We have here our gel logo. If we open the box up, inside we have how to connect, and then on the other side we have the installation diagram as well. So what this module does, it obtains all the factory media screen and all the buttons, and basically adds an inline module. So that's the module itself. You'll see in the installation video that we hide this somewhere like behind the glove box. You also have a user manual. Again, it's to help with connectivity and exactly how to work it. And of course, we have our wiring loom adapters. There's no cutting or splicing, it all plugs in line with the factory radio. The aerials and an additional microphone as well. And this is just for securing the unit, which can be attached on the back and secured into place. Okay, so today we're going to be doing an install of the MMI module on this 2016 BMW X5M. But before we do that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to jump in the car. I'm going to show you how to check the software version, and that's because on some of these newer models, 2016 onwards, you can actually activate factory CarPlay with the software. So yeah, let's jump in. I'm going to show you how to check the software. So to check the software, first what we'll do is we'll turn the entertainment system on. Then on your iDrive buttons here, what we're going to do is you're going to click nav. And then what we're going to do again on the iDrive buttons is click the options button. And from there, basically what you're going to do is scroll right down to the bottom with navigation system version, and then click OK on there. And that'll show you the map version, and it'll also show you this NBT version. What you're looking for here, if you have Evo, it's most likely that you can activate factory CarPlay and it will work with your vehicle. Sometimes you do need to add an external aerial. All of that is on our website, and what I'll do is I'll drop the link in the bio below just to make sure you can read it. But yeah, because this has got the NBT version, we don't have factory CarPlay available, so we will be installing the module. The module will give us the CarPlay and the Android Auto. If it's got the factory CarPlay, it doesn't have Android Auto anyway, so for this customer, if he's going to be using an Android phone, what we want is basically to add the module. Start by popping this trim out. Just going to disconnect some of this wire. Okay, just going to take this trim out. I'm going to remove this. So I need some torques. So I have a lower panel in here. Should just pop out. Just push this down, and same on the other side, just a little pin, push that down and down, nice and easy. We have a couple of torques as well. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to prepare our cables. So this is your audio line, so that'll connect to the factory OEM cable. Here we have a USB port. Usually that can be routed somewhere like into the glove box. And then we have this end here, which we will plug directly into the module just here. Just make sure it plugs in nicely. And then we have our screen ends, which is the LVDS cables. And then we're going to route our microphone, and then we'll do the module. So on this wiring loom, we do have actually some extra cables on here as well. So if you don't have a factory reversing camera, this module will allow you to add a reversing camera as well. It does have a front camera as well as video in. So there's a couple of extra cables there and features that you can use. So I'm just going to show you how to release these connectors on here just to get some bit of extra space. So slide these connectors up, and what you want to do is you just want to press it in. Just going to straighten this cable, press it in, and then slide it up. Same again, just press it in, give it a little wiggle if it can be a wee bit tight, and slide them off. It gives us a wee bit more access to the quad lock on there. For the quad lock, you pull it up from the bottom, and that releases this big leg, and then it will slide itself out, and that's you there. So what you want to do is you want to check this area here. As you can see on the original plug, we have an extra plug there which isn't present on this loom. So what we're going to want to do is transfer that into your new loom, so it plugs directly into your original unit. So we're just going to release this little pin at the top, and we're just going to slide this connector out. transfer that across. Should plug nicely into there. We'll need to undo some of this loom tape just to make that a wee bit looser, but essentially what we'll do from there is this end will plug back into that factory plug, and then this end will plug into your radio. So again, if we just lock on that, so release that lock and then line the connectors up. Lock that into place. And that end will go into your radio. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo some of this loom just to give it a bit of play in the cables here. Okay, so I've just got my pick. I'm just going to unpick some of this loom. Careful you're not cutting any cables. Then what we've got to do on this, we've got the dip switches, which are just on this side here. You want to ensure that we have the correct dip switches selected. You can see the diagram just below the unit here. So according to which media screen you have, it tells you whether to put the switch low or high. So for this model here, I believe we will be either one of the bottom two on here. So we're going to try the 8.8 first, which is low, high, 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 high. So the first dip switch, we're going to put the low. Again, I can use my little pick for that. Okay, so I'm just going to plug this quad lock back in. Okay, now that we have our quad lock plugged in, we'll run our LVDS cable, which will run up directly in behind the screen. So we can lift the screen out. And do the original connection. I'm also going to pull that out of there as well. And we can put the screen down for 2 seconds. And we're on our LVDS cable straight up. Then we'll need to come in from behind the unit of this trim. So we're going to go behind the trim. And then we can come back out on top. And then the original cable that was plugged into the screen, the LVDS plug, that plugs into your green connector on this side. So we can run that back down. And again, make sure you run it behind the trim. And we'll plug this connector right here, like so. Snuggle into there, and we can tuck this little loom back down. In there. Then we have the other end of the LVDS cable. We're going to run that up. And we're going to plug it exactly where the original one was. So straight up. And over here. leave a little bit of excess here that can be tucked underneath. I'll take the screen and we're going to plug this back in. And we can put our screen back into position. And that's us. If you want to test the audio, you can also plug in the OEM AUX cable. So it says connect to OEM AUX, and this particular model is located in this center compartment. So we can open this up. And then we're just going to plug in here just so we can test the audio. Now with everything reconnected apart from the face shift, we can still do the testing to make sure everything works exactly how it should. So we'll need access to our iDrive buttons. Put this module aside. Okay, so once the ignition's on, make sure you double check these pins, make sure they're in the correct order. Once again, refer to the diagram down here. So we've got low, high, 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 high for all of them. So that's the one we're going for, which is the 10.25 inch screen. So we've got low and the rest of the pins are high. And now for the testing, to turn the module on, we click and hold the menu button on our original iDrive buttons. So basically, get rid of that errors. That's just because we've unplugged some of the stuff on the screen there. And then yeah, click and hold the menu button. And look at that, switches straight to our CarPlay screen. Now we have CarPlay, we can scroll along, we have Android Auto, we have mirroring, additional Bluetooth, music, video, and we've got settings in there as well to adjust further settings within the module itself. Once you've tested it and you're happy that everything works, so our audio works, it comes on the CarPlay screen, you've connected it to your phone, we are good to go, and we can get this module tucked in behind the main unit if there's enough space, or you can drop the glove box and tuck it in behind there, and then we can reassemble everything, run our microphone, and that's it, we're good to go. Like I says, if you're running an additional reverse camera, you can add a reverse camera through the cabling here, so you can add rear camera through that. Right, so once we've tested everything, we're happy how everything works. I like to put a little bit of scrim foam just around some of the connectors that are not in use, just to stop them from rattling around. So just wrap that around there. And we'll tape that down into place. Right, so once we're ready to mount the module, we're going to drop the glove box and we're going to run the wiring up and behind, and we're going to mount the module at the top of the glove box behind it there. And then we're going to get our Wi-Fi aerial and we'll get that connected up and mount that there as well. So you can see I've got this unit right at the back. Anywhere where you can find a bit of space and secure it nicely is perfectly fine. So let's just screw on this. And then for our USB port, we're just going to run this inside the glove box. So for this unit, we're going to use the OEM microphone because it has a nice location as it is, so we don't need to use the aftermarket one. Okay, once we have our glove box back in and our module mounted, we're going to run our AUX cable. So I've tucked that dash just down there and behind the dash, and I've come out the side on here just on the center console. I'm going to run that along the center console, and then I'm going to go back in, and then we're going to go inside where the AUX port is. So I'm just remove. So once we've got our AUX cable run, we can put the main unit back in place, reconnect all the cables, and put the main frames back on. That's it, that's our media interface installed. See, that's actually connected to our CarPlay screen straight away. Again, you can refer to the manual for the layout of the buttons. So if you want to switch back to the main menu, we hold the menu button on our iDrive buttons, click and hold, and it takes us back to our main menu. It's important for the audio, for the audio to work, you need to click Media, and click Media again. And we're going to select external devices. Now we're going to select AUX front. So select AUX front, and now that means it will work when we're back on our CarPlay screen. Again, to switch back to the CarPlay screen, click and hold the menu button, and it takes us back into the CarPlay menu. We have all our dials working, steering wheel controls working. So yeah, to work the unit, we've got number one, which is the menu button. So that switches us in between the OEM interface and the CarPlay interface. Then we have option number two, which just allows us to control the interface. So you can switch in between there. Number three, which is just your standard back button, so that just returns, that still works. We have option number four, which is the options button, so if you press that, it activates Siri. And you can give it voice commands to go to certain locations or control the music. And then we have number 5 and number 2 just up there as well, which again allows us to control the interface. So choosing the dial, that'll change what you're selecting, and then you also control your volume as well, just as normal. That's it for this one. Like and subscribe.